Arrested after a bit-part actress died at a party in circumstances that were never made clear, Arbuckle was destroyed by the press before he could be tried in court. His career as an artist was over because he hadn't managed it like a businessman. Chaplin had the same weakness for women, but his lawyer was always at his elbow. Arbuckle was less well protected. Fame needed a clear, cool head. It needed a head like hers. She seemed to have the whole thing figured out in advance. Her name was Greta Gustafsson, and she started off by being famous in Sweden. She was a substantial girl with a disarmingly natural set of teeth, but she had something, a ticket to America. After a change of name and a rewarding encounter with a cosmetic dentist, Greta Garbo held America enthralled. Americans knew Sweden was in Europe somewhere, and Europe was where women were aloof, blasé, and so sophisticated they made love with the light on. This wasn't Mary Pickford looking winsome in a dirndl. This was sexual desire. This was the very first time the American screen had shown a kiss happening horizontally, the way they did it in Europe. The movies were still silent, but Garbo's silence was eloquent. It didn't just say, your place or mine, it said, your place and mine. It was widely assumed that Garbo and John Gilbert were not acting. This was especially easy to believe in Gilbert's case. He fell in love with her off-screen. So did romantics of both sexes in dark cinemas everywhere. Garbo moved love to the ethereal level for millions of ordinary people all over the world who didn't have much time for love on any level. She made them see what they were missing. She did it for them. Never complained when the studio stills photographers made her pose for hours while they angled lights to reduce her face to the minimum of information. She understood exactly what they were after, ideal sex. Garbo firmly squashed all attempts by the studio to invent a private life for her. The studio soon got the point. Mystery made her a bigger star. If the studio couldn't publicize her private life, it could publicize her reluctance to reveal it. It was the enigma effect. Whether she calculated this effect, or whether she just found all the hoo-ha too silly to get mixed up in, remains a mystery to this day, like almost everything else about her. But few famous people were as instinctively wary about their fame as Garbo. They had to learn. Everybody did. But the mass media weren't interested in art. They wanted an angle. If the person of achievement wasn't prepared to be a celebrity, there was no story. Fame was a frame-up. Fame had Greta Garbo typecast as the woman of mystery who never said anything. The advent of sound film could have destroyed her, but she made it work her way by choosing exotic roles in which her heavy Swedish accent was a plus.
Spoils, glory, flags and trumpets. What is behind these high-sounding words? Death and destruction, triumphals of crippled men. Sweden victorious in a ravaged Europe, an island in a dead sea. I tell you, I want no more of it. I want for my people security and happiness. I want to cultivate the arts of peace, the arts of life. I want peace, and peace I will have.
Away from the screen, she remained a celebrity famous for clamming up. All they got out of her was her name on the contract.
All my life I've been a symbol. A symbol is eternal, changeless, an abstraction. A human being is mortal and changeable, with desires and impulses, hopes and despairs. I'm tired of being a symbol, Chancellor.
Garbo had proved that a star who sounded foreign still had a future in American movies, especially if she could sing. Divinely talented, she was desperately short of self-esteem, but the public loved her. She was all energy and no mystery. She was all American. The European femme fatale was on her way out. Greta Garbo picked her moment and went out in style. Hollywood was full of sophisticated European exiles who knew how to put together, just for her, a movie that sighed for the lost past and feared for the looming future, while she shimmered in the middle of it like a dream at the bittersweet moment just before waking. A dream called Ninotchka.
Can I make a speech now?
Please.
Comrades, people of the world, the revolution is on the march. I know, bombs will fall, civilization will crumble, but not yet, please. Wait, what's the hurry? Give us our moment. Let's be happy. We're happy, aren't we, Leon?
Yes, darling.
So happy and so tired. Oh.
Garbo quit while she was ahead. She went into self-imposed permanent obscurity with the media chasing her. They chased her all over the planet. She never told them a thing. The most famous woman in the world had never conceded that fame imposed duties. During her career, she never answered a fan letter, and after it was over, she never answered a question. 20th century fame was an American idea, and in America, private life was public property. Garbo was a European, and she disagreed. Her day in the sun was over, but it was her business what happened at night. The European women of mystery had been marginalized by the American women of the people.